Oh, what's going on, guys? TBlake here. It is Tuesday, which means it is time for another weekly sneaker check-in. You guys may or may not have picked up already on the weekend I recently had in New York City at SneakerCon. I literally met over 100 of you guys. It was an amazing time, not just only being in New York and experiencing the city, but also being able to meet each and every one of you. So if you guys haven't checked out the vlogs, you can go ahead. They're my last two uploads. Go ahead and take a look at those. In the meantime, we are going to get into this week's weekly sneaker check-in. Before we do, though, I have to give a huge shout out to Muse Mist for submitting this week's weekly sneaker check-in gameplay. As always, if you guys have a gameplay you want to submit, just hit me up in my email. It is down below in the description. So let's get going. First up, we have I'm Not a 360 says thoughts on the Jordan 6 Slam Dunk. Now, if you haven't seen these, the Slam Dunk is an all-red Jordan upper, which is inspired by an animated or manga comic. I'm not quite sure. And it has the number 10 on it, which is the character's main number. I'm not sure if these are going to release, if they're just a look-see sample, but they do look really nice. Next up, Kevin Herrera says, after the concepts flooding and the fire in the factory, how limited are the ASICs? I talked to Dion actually the day it happened. I was going to check to see if I could help out at the store at all to help clean up. It definitely killed a large portion of their stock. Whether or not that is going to hurt the concepts release is probably up in the air, because there were extra pairs made for a wider distribution later on, but we'll see how that pans out. That's coming from Rico Pena, says, will it be hard to cop the Sport Blue Jordan 6s? I'm not quite sure yet on this also. For the most part, I know about releases on inventory 2 weeks prior to release. This is when stores get their inventory in, and I always try to tweet that out. So if you guys aren't following on Twitter, those are kind of the informations or tidbits that I drop. But right now, it's not looking that way as far as I can tell. This coming from Nick Hacko, says thoughts on the countdown for the Lebron 11 MultiColor. I'm not sure why they did a countdown, to be honest. It doesn't quite stop bots, and if anything, it kind of makes it easier for bots to run their scripts. So I'm not sure why they did that. I'm not expecting it to be present this weekend, but we will see if Nike issues a statement on it. This coming from Matteo, says thoughts on the KD7 global game. Now, I had these in hand today, and I will say they were not as impressive in hand. I didn't like the swoosh. The swoosh has like this bedazzled look to it. I know it looks silver in photos, but it has these different colored bedazzles, basically, like little sparkles. And it just really threw me off. Not the all-red sneaker I'd be looking for. This coming from Just Laced It, says thoughts on Jordan hair retros in 2015. True or false? It's too early to say true or false. I'm pretty sure it's coming back as part of the celebration. We'll see for certain what ends up happening with those. But definitely look for some very interesting things to be dropping in 2015. This coming from Matthew J. Yakimovich, says, if sneakers were not so expensive, would there even be a sneaker game? You know, sneakers were just a way of self-expression, and you know, whenever there's something that can be a symbol or a way to express yourself, there's always going to be a game or a community or a group of people that surround themselves around that thing and identify with them. So you guys so much for this week's questions. As always, you can always tweet using the hashtag throughout the week to be featured. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button for me. TBlake signing out. I'll catch you guys soon with a new video. Have a good day.